We're on.
All right.
Christopher.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Luke?
Good. It's beautiful out. I love this.
It is. It's
nice,
a nice
autumn trees over there.
Exactly. We've got a nice little crisp breeze going through. Would you qualify as a park is a very low standard.
I was thinking over there.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, this is a strip of grass with two, maybe 4 trees in total. Your standards of a park are so low, my man.
It's just as bad. The median just widens a little bit. I sat over there on rooms one day, and it was really cool.
Okay.
The tree was saying good things about it.
The tree was saying good things about it? All right. That's fair. The tree deemed it a park, and you were like, yes, I agree. I concur,
it is
sir.
A park. This is not a park at all.
No, this is not. No, this is definitely a median. Like, it's an upstage median. Like, there are definitely, it's not concrete, but, like, as far as it's definitely a median. There's no slides or swings.
I think a park. I don't know if Central Park has slides or swings.
I feel like there's got to be one.
Famous.
That's true.
There's probably a lot of slides and swings. I've never been to New York.
I've never been to Central Park, and I feel like there should be like at least ones. I don't know what qualifies as a. You have to have a bench, right?
A bench for sure.
I think you have to have a bench to be qualified as a park.
Trees and grass.
Trees and grass, which we've got that. We don't have a bench.
There are national parks.
There are national parks.
Not a slide in sight.
Not a slide in sight. That's true. That's true. You do make a good point there. But there's definitely a flag in a national park.
Flags? Flags are probably at all parks.
Not regular parks, not so much, but definitely national parks have to have flags.
I feel like a lot of parks have a flag. Just regular city parks.
Some do, definitely, but
Not
those like
all of them.
low maintenance parks, like there's a park off of Idlewild that's like it is not. This is not a real. It's like got one bench and it's got a sign that says park. Maybe that's the condition.
That would
you have to have a condition. You have to have a sign that declares you a park.
What is a woman?
We have entered.
We have a sign.
Yeah. I think that's if you do this on the go. I think you should get a sign that says Luke's Topics and Tangent. Yeah. Just and like you could just hang it from like trees and like have it like hiding in different spots for listeners and watchers.
My house is just way out like towards Carson City, so it's kind of a bitch, and everybody's always out at the mics. So
yeah,
it would be easier to just be on the go.
Yeah,
I just feel like we would have gotten hassled over there by other people.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't know, but on the go is the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. You got to be a collapsible. I thought about doing a podcast about like I was on a train to Salt Lake, and I was like, I like thought of a good idea, like calling a podcast Planes, Trains, and Audiophiles. Like, and I was like, that would be a really cool and just like interview people. But you'd be the most obnoxious person to like sit on a flight or anything with. Like, hey, you want to do a podcast with me really quick? No.
Yeah.
I am definitely like sitting here on my iPad. Please leave me alone, you
I do
asshole.
like the concept though.
Right?
I thought of one where you call just random numbers
and try and have a conversation.
Yeah, whoever. I think talking with just random people seems like a good idea, but just logistically, and it might just be our fear. I feel like a lot of people would be real into it. Actually.
For sure. You would
like
definitely
if we just yelled at the next person biking by to come talk for a few minutes.
Yeah, they probably would.
Yeah.
They'd be, just like split the mic. Like, what's your opinion on pineapple on pizza? Just get a quick hot take from them, or something. And then you'd have like the one homeless guy that walks by, and you're just like, Luke, we're not saying hi to that one. we're not doing that, bud.
But it won't stop him. He's going to be a guest whether we like it or not.
He's decided to become part of the audience. There's actually a bunch of homeless people behind the camera sitting crisscross applesauce. Like, yes, indeed, they will lead us. They have chairs.
Having chairs is a big deal.
Yeah. You need chairs and a podium to be a leader, I think.
They're pretty cheap. How much you think this thing holds?
Weight-wise?
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like we have a tenuous relationship, and I don't weigh that much. I'm going to say 210.
250.
250.
Okay. I thought
Okay.
250 sounded very light.
That is. I think 250 is
but
definitely.
That's a big
like,
boy.
This is exceeding like. Like one Albert could definitely flatten this thing, man.
We should bring it over to him and test it out.
Just to see him crush. That's going to be at the very end, and then we'll roll credits, and then you have Albert try and sit in this chair and see if he's comfortable.
Sitting both of them stacked on top of each other.
He's just got a thigh in both, one slitting through the back.
How tall is he? Like 7 feet?
He's tall. He's like
6'9", probably.
Yeah, probably something like that.
And he's big too.
Yeah, he's
not a lanky 6'9".
No. Which I think I'd rather be a lanky 6'9". It just seems like you'd fall very hard if you were a big 6'9", you know?
Yeah. I don't think you do as much falling when you're tall. Tall people seem to have better coordination.
Yeah.
I just fell last night. It was rough. My shoulder hurts. 2 nights ago, actually.
What'd you fall into? Or
my door.
Your door?
I had the mat like halfway on the one single step. And then I went for it, and the mat slipped out.
Oh.
And I just ate shit inside.
Did you
laid
break
down for a while.
Did you break the door? No, you didn't break the door?
I was going to open it. It was just too much movement all at once.
Yeah.
Was the issue.
Have you ever broken a door?
Yes.
Yeah?
One time I was drunk, and I was sleeping on my friend's couch. And I went outside to get some air because I was hella hot, and I locked myself out somehow. And it was like midwinter, and I didn't have my keys, or I didn't find them to go just sleep in my car. So I was like, fuck. And I just broke my way back in. And they were not too pleased about that.
Yeah. No. That's definitely fair, man. I've broken my own door one time. I like ripped. I didn't like not even. I was just angry, and I like opened up a closet door and like ripped it off the hinge.
It's a lot easier than you would think.
It really is. It really is. And I was just sitting there like, wow, this is way worse, because then I had to like get into the closet in order to drill it back in, and I'm just like trying, because it's one of those ones that like folds, you know, and so I'm like I'm just like trying to
those break easy.
Yeah, very easily. But I don't think you ever feel quite as dumb as when you rip a door off. You just like, I have gone full Mongo.
This is gonna take up a lot of my day.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want this to be a brief interaction.
I have now given myself a chore.
I'm excited to try that tag you gave me.
But
I guess I won't be doing it tonight.
Yeah, not tonight. We're gonna see how that goes. Have you done a stand and deliver before?
I think I did one where we did it on the spot, or he called it something different.
Yeah.
But that didn't go very well.
Yeah. I haven't done improv in years, so we're gonna see how this goes.
My improv success rate is like baseball stats. Like 30%, and I just think I'm killing it.
Yeah.
I don't like improv people.
No, improv people
the interactions
are the worst.
I've had, I guess it was high school and like one other time. I don't know. I shouldn't be biased. They're just trying to do something fun. But yeah, it just seems like a more needy, I don't know.
Yeah.
More needy, less funny stand-up.
They definitely seem like they're pining for the audience's attention, whereas like comics, we kind of stand up there and we're like, if you like it, cool. If you don't,
I understand.
Like, I get it. Like,
you're well within your rights.
you have an opportunity to say no to this, and that's okay.
Yeah. Improv insists.
Yeah, I coach.
Don't take no for an answer.
Oh, geez.
Always yes and.
Yeah, yes and.
That's the rule in improv.
Everything. Yeah, yes and never teach.
Improv is problematic.
Yeah, improv is definitely problematic in a lot of ways. Like, that just leaves room for the worst jokes you possibly could have, and they're always like very
good. Improv is awesome though.
Oh yeah. You get like those guys that are like on Who's Line, and like Wayne Brady's an amazing comedian in any facet. You see those guys that do musical improv, and I'm just like, how are you rhyming and on this topic and also sticking to the beat? This is insane. Like, you're the highest level of performer, I feel like, but then like new improv, like baseline improv, terrible.
Yeah. Same with stand-up, I suppose. Some people just have talent right off the bat. Probably in either of them.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't understand a beat. I've tried to have people explain it to me, but I can't find it in the song. It's like a jumble of noise to me.
Gotcha.
And everybody seems to think that makes me special.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you enjoy music, Luke?
Not too much.
Not too much? Yeah, you might be a little special there. But no, I'm just kidding.
I don't seek it out on my own. I like songs, but
Okay.
I don't know. I like random songs. I like Eminem, and I'm a goddamn psychopath.
Yeah. Well, Eminem's definitely spectrum-y.
Yeah.
You know? Like, anyone that, like, sits there and just, like, constantly thinks of rhymes for orange, like, you got to worry about it a little bit.
That 60 Minutes interview.
Yeah. The fact that you knew the interview.
I think you knew it.
Yeah.
Porridge with my friend George.
The door hinge. What? No.
I was also on Drake and Josh.
That was also on
remember.
Drake and Josh.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was like door hinge, and my 6-year-old mind was blown.
Yeah.
It's like they lied to me.
They're
They
geniuses.
told me there were no rhymes for orange.
Yeah, for sure. Isn't Drake, like, in jail for something now?
I believe so. I don't know what.
I don't know what
It
either.
didn't sound good.
Yeah, being a child actor's got to be the worst. You've got child actor face in many ways. Like, I think I could definitely see you have, like, been doing, like, a Nesquik commercial as a young man. And just, like, did you ever do any, like, weird children, like, stuff? No?
I would have given it to Michael Jackson, though.
Just the way he dances, not
Give
the
it
music,
up.
but the way he dances is so entertaining.
Seems like he didn't do it. I don't know.
Looks
I
like
don't
I'm
know
not
my
convinced.
facts. I was born after the whole thing happened. But if he was.
Michael could get it, is what Luke is saying. Michael could get it like 20 years ago.
Do you do any nicotine or anything?
No, never. Like, I tried smoking cigarettes when I was like 20, and I was like, oh, this is awful.
You
Like-
seem like you may have done an emo and cigarette phase.
Oh yeah, I definitely wanted to be like I was like reading like like Vonnegut and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get really into this and I'm gonna start smoking cigarettes, and I tried it like twice and I was like, absolutely not. There's the taste is in my mouth for the rest of the day. This is awful. Why do you subject your... And my mom smoked like my entire childhood, you know? So like I really like the smell of cigarettes, but then when I actually
I
smoke
like
them,
the
I'm
smell
like,
of cigarettes too.
it's a good
Nobody
smell.
agrees.
Like tobacco smells good.
I think you had to
know?
grow up with parents doing it, I guess.
Yeah. It's one of those smells that you're just like, oh, I really like this. This reminds me of car rides, you know. And then,
My parents never smoked inside.
no.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was good on them.
Oh, good
but
on
I do
them.
like the smell of cigarettes.
Yeah,
Smoking seems cool. I don't know.
Does.
It's nice to have hobbies.
it does. And how is it that smoking seems so cool, but vaping does not?
No.
Like you sit, like I see anybody with a cigarette, I'm like, that guy's the coolest thing I ever saw was a cigarette. I was in Vegas and I saw this guy's car was on fire. And he just walked up to it and he was just like through with it, and he walked up and he lit his cigarette off his flaming car and just started smoking it, and I was like, the level of not giving a fucks in this man, I will aspire to one day.
The only thing better would be if it was like the Marlboro Man's horse was on fire. And he's like...
He just like tips his hat and starts smoking off his flaming horse.
Fire extinguishers haven't been invented yet. You're just fucked.
I love that. I love the image of the Marlboro Man, horse alight, just like sitting there smoking a cigarette. Oh, that's awful. He's like, well, I might as well set up camp.
We
I
need
got
a
some
Marlboro
beans.
Man for vapes.
For vapes. Yeah.
Who could it be? Who's the coolest guy around now?
Oh God, who is
Would
the
Pete
coolest?
Davidson look cool smoking a Juul? I feel like Juuls were catching on good.
Yeah, Jules
And then
they had good branding.
Daddy Trump shot it down.
Yeah, and then I saw a good like ad for one, and it was, or like brand name, and it was Planet of the Vapes, and I was like, that's okay, that's good branding.
bad.
I appreciate that.
That's like a vape shop?
I think that's what it was. I think it was a
Okay.
vape shop, and I was like, I appreciate that. That's a good,
Vape shops have such low quality like signage and just marketing teams in general.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
it's always like there's that one that just has a sun with like baked eyes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the only one I'm picturing right now. All the rest are just like cigarette, liquor, tobacco store sign, mart.
I feel like weed stores try and be more classy than they are. You know, they're always like, "Oh, what are we gonna call our new vape or our new weed store?" It's gonna be like somber. Like, why? Just call it like. I feel like that's way too like. Just call it like the weed shop or something simple. You know?
I think that's gonna take off.
Yeah,
but I think they're trying to just be more undercover since it's still like illegal, kind of.
Yeah,
that's my only thought.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I would think one where it's just more chill would be cool.
Yeah.
Like a bar. Like,
yeah. Like the hash shops in Amsterdam and stuff.
Because they make me uncomfortable. Have you been to Amsterdam?
I've never been to Amsterdam. I would love to go and check it out, you know.
You can just smoke weed inside?
They just have cafes where
and
you
like
just like
order
can smoke
cocaine and stuff.
I don't know if you can order cocaine, but
I think they have shrooms and
I think they
Molly.
have I think they have shrooms and maybe Molly.
There's a lot of drugs out there.
There are a lot of drugs out there, and that's and I don't know. I don't think I would touch that was back in college. I don't think I would trust much of anything as much
not
now.
anymore.
Like, you know, if I saw mushrooms, I'd be like, okay, I know what that is. I can see it.
But those can still get you.
That's true. That's true.
But more just from you not knowing your shit.
Yeah.
Not from being tainted somehow.
For sure.
But I wish I knew. I don't know. I wouldn't trust myself even if I studied up just going out to cow pastures and stuff.
Yeah.
I think always under a cow patty it's fine, but that doesn't seem right.
No. Anything that you're just like flipping cow dung, like is this? You never see like junkies for mushrooms, like you see like heroin addicts that are just like, oh, I'll do anything, you know, or like meth addicts that are like that. But you never see like a bunch of junkies. Like I wonder if farmers deal with that, you know? Like farmers
I've heard that's a problem.
They're just like, get out of here, you damn hippies.
Yeah. I've heard Duncan Trussell talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Living in Asheville, you used to just go out with his friends and the farmers get real pissed, but I don't see why. You're getting illegal drugs off their property.
Yeah, exactly.
They should thank you. You might be from the DEA. They don't know. This is nice.
Yeah, no, it's a
I keep getting caught off guard.
It is a great day.
Shitty scenery. I haven't looked at trees in a while.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
You just don't stop and
in a
smell the
basement
roses
somewhere and just not ignoring trees.
I'm just not very observant. I need to focus on things.
That's fair. I understand that. I guess I get like I haven't like taken the time to look at trees, but I haven't seen trees in a while. Makes it sound like you've been in a deprivation tank for 3 months and you've just been like, yeah, so I just got back into the world.
There's trees on my drive to work and stuff, I guess.
Okay, so you have seen trees.
Yeah.
I do. One of my best friend's nephew introduced me to that insult, go touch grass. Which I think is a great insult, honestly.
I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard that? It's just when you've been in too much side. You need to get outside and go touch some grass.
Oh,
man.
that just sounds like good advice.
It does sound like good advice. It's not a great insult, but it kind of is. I like it. I just like the saying.
I thought it was going to be questioning your intelligence level or something. Go touch grass.
And maybe go eat grass, you know.
Eat grass.
I've never
you cow.
Yeah. I've never invested a bunch of time into like creating a new insult, but you know.
What would be a good one?
I don't know, a thinker. I think something that makes you think, but it's also got to be zippy, you know? Like you can't think too much. Like if you're referencing like the Roman Empire in your insult, no one's going to be.
How often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Have you seen that trend too? Yeah, I love that shit. I have a history degree, so at least I would say once every other day.
Damn.
At least.
Yeah, it seems like that's more common than I mean, every once in a while. I feel like it has to be presented to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think of just on my own.
Yeah.
I'll think about stuff after I hear about it.
That's fair.
But if I'm just left alone, I'm just like, I hate myself over and over again.
Do you have any reoccurring dreams?
No.
No, you never had any reoccurring dreams?
I don't think so.
Oh, fair enough.
How about you?
I do have one reoccurring dream. I don't have it anymore, but I had a reoccurring dream from the time I was 8 to the time I was 16. And I was, have you ever seen Tom and Jerry? You ever seen that little yellow duck in Tom and Jerry? Like
that does not ring a bell.
There's like a little yellow duck. He's got a really annoying voice, but it's like just think of a little yellow duck.
Oh, and they
cartoon.
treat him like their baby, kind of?
Kinda.
Or am I thinking of... No, that's the other mouse.
Yeah. So
no, I don't know.
Just think of like a cartoon yellow duck, generically. And I'm this duck, and I'm like walking into this war room full of animals, okay? Yeah. And they're big animals, and they're looking down at me. There's definitely a giraffe there. And I get put on this like war room table. Yeah. I'm on this war room table, and I'm sitting there, and like this ape who is the leader of them like comes up to me, and I'm pretty sure he has a hammer for a fist. Okay, and he looks at me and he asks me like a question, and I tell him that the war is going badly. I don't know why. I have bullets around my chest for some reason, like a string of bullets, and I go, the war is going badly, and he smashes me with the hammer, and I wake up. Fuck. And I had that dream from the time I was 8 to the time I was 16.
Wow.
So for like a solid 8 years, and that is imprinted in my psyche.
And these are cartoon animals or real animals?
I think they're kind of cartoonish mostly. They're definitely animated in various degrees. Like they're probably like 3D. I think the reason that one of them that the leader was an ape was because when I was a kid, the Transformers Beast Wars, Optimus Prime was an ape, and that's why I think that's why the leader was an ape. But wasn't
he a car?
He was a car, but then they did like an animal version of Transformers where they're like animals instead, and there's like rats and the Decepticons. I think Megatron is a T-Rex, which was pretty cool.
I didn't keep up with Transformers too much.
Yeah, I think this was like late 90s, early 2000s. So like this you were probably like a baby when this shit was happening. Mm-hmm. So, but I like was into it, you know.
I remember a few coming out that were new, the Michael Bay ones.
Yeah.
I feel like those were around when I was coming up. I don't know. I just got lost on all the comic book stuff.
Oh, sure.
Didn't stick with me.
Yeah.
What do you do with a history degree? That's pretty sick.
You go back to school and get another degree. Yeah, that's what you do. Absolutely nothing. Like, I mean, it's a cool subject.
Can't you be a archaeology degree?
Yeah. Then they're like, oh, well, you're going to go be a history teacher, and all history teachers have to play a sport. Like, every history teacher is like the baseball coach, the football coach, and I was in theater all through my, like, high school years, and
you could have really renovated the scene.
Yeah, maybe.
You could have been the theater history teacher.
Yeah, I guess, but they have like theater teachers for that, you know, for the most part. So I was just like, well, I guess I'm gonna
places have a theater teacher. I don't know. I'm only thinking of my experience. I guess, but
I mean, maybe.
I feel like usually that was a tag along as well.
That might be a tag along now. I had a theater teacher in high school, but I guess that's not as common anymore.
I wanted to do stuff like that, but I don't know. I was too embarrassed, and I didn't really like the teachers doing it.
I did tech theater mostly. I did a couple
tech theater?
Yeah, which is like you do the set design and like the painting and all the lighting and stuff and sound design and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun, and like they had competitions even for it, and like you designed like a set and like did the whole like theme and everything. It was
just
cool.
Get a budget or something. Everybody gets the same budget. And you got to make the coolest set.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that was kind of dope. And I had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah. I feel like I would do that now.
Yeah, no, totally. Community theater's pretty. I think community theater is great. You know,
I guess I have heard of that. I didn't know it was really a thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. I mean,
Shakespeare in the Park and whatnot.
Yeah. I was thinking about that recently. I was thinking about like because in Vegas they have like the Super Summer Theater, which is like this. You go out. In much like this setting, you'd go and like sit down in this big open field that has like a stage in front of it, and you just watch it like theater live in the park, and it's beautiful. It's like really nice to go there. And I was thinking like, well, I don't think we have a big enough theater scene for that, but it'd be cool if they did like you ever seen those movies in the park where they'll just like get a projector like that I feel like Reno would really like benefit from that, you know. I think that'd be cool.
This is kind of the extent of the parks.
yeah, I definitely have to be like something they did at like Rancho San Rafael or something like that, you know, or Idlewild.
Oh yeah, I've been out there. Yeah. Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, they're a bit larger. You could do it. You could do
I've been there too.
you could do it out there. You couldn't do it. I mean,
What did I go to out there? The Food Truck Fridays.
Yeah.
There was a park by my house that was just a circle with a lake in it. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just run around.
Yeah.
That one had... All the parks have...
They have a sign and then a bench.
And then those calisthenic things.
Oh, yeah.
Even when they don't have a playground, they have that.
Are you ever confused by that? Every time I see them, I'm just like, okay, pull up bar, I got it. But some of them, I'm just like, it's a longitudinal bar with a latitude, the horizontal, the vertical bar with a horizontal bar. What am I supposed to do with this? I don't know.
Probably gay sex.
That's exactly what it's.
They were, they're always in the corner of the place. Away from.
I'm trying to build a memory with my family here. Can you stop? Oh, sorry. We'll move on.
I thought I thought the family was having gay sex. I didn't know where you were going with that.
That's not where I was going, but I can see how you got there.
What's a cool history fact? Like, what'd you focus on?
So my emphasis was on African American history. So I did a lot of stuff on like the Winston-Salem Black Panthers are pretty cool. Like they're super cool. Like a lot of people don't know like the cool things that the Black Panthers did, like aside from like the gun stuff and like the problems that they had with the CIA, but they like started, there was like the Winston-Salem People's Ambulance, and they like, because this is like in the 70s when like ambulances are just like, they're kind of a new idea, you know? Yeah. So like, I mean, ambulance has been around, but they weren't like standardized really. And these guys were like, basically they took like an old hearse and they converted it into an ambulance, and they would just like, hey, somebody's sick in this spot. They got a call. They'd pick them up and drive them to the hospital.
Whoa.
And like just kind of started doing that. And it was completely free, and they just did it to help their community. And that, I thought that was super cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they did.
I never thought about when ambulances were created.
Yeah, I used to work on an ambulance, so like that's kind of one of the things that like started my interest.
That is also cool.
Yeah.
I have thought about. I don't know. I don't do needles well, so that's kind of deterred me from EMT stuff.
That's fair.
I think that's a very cool thing to do.
Yeah.
I feel like you're helping. What'd you do on the ambulance?
I was an advanced EMT. I did that for 6 years. So I was on an ambulance, driving around and picking people up. And
how old are you?
I'm 31.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like 25, and it sounds like you've lived 3 lives.
I've definitely done some weird stuff,
Yeah, history degree, and then the other degree was
nursing.
EMT stuff.
Nursing. I did an in between history, finishing up my history degree and starting my nursing degree. I became an EMT.
So you knew it wasn't working out, like as you were finishing it up?
I knew. So I like signed up for the history degree because I got to college, didn't know what I wanted to do, but it was like told like you have to go to college, and I was like, okay. And they were like, what were you good in at school? And I was like, I was really good in history. And they're like, cool, do that. So I started a degree, and then like, I was like halfway through, and I knew that I wasn't gonna make like any money off of it. So my ex-girlfriend at the time was like, "Well, I'm gonna like going to paramedic school soon. Like, you should give this a shot. It'll at least look good on a resume." And I was like, "Sure." And I like figured out I loved medicine. I was like never thought I would have loved it, but I was like, oh, this is actually really cool, and it's like an interesting, like, it's very practical, and like I had just been sitting there like, because history is so hands off, it's like just reading books and just like, okay, cool, I found this little thing here and I connected that to this other thing here. And like you're looking for those connections, which is kind of good. It's good for comedy, like it's, you're trying to make connections to things, but medicine was so much like, all right, this guy's dying. What are you going to do? And I was like, all right, cool. Let's.
I don't know yet.
I don't know, but let's do it. I'm excited. And that was kind of my introduction to it. And I was like, this is dope. And
how many lives have you saved?
It's debatable. I mean, I've definitely like done CPR on like a number of people and got pulses back.
Wow.
So
that's got to be the coolest fucking feeling.
Yeah, when you see like the monitor, you'll see like the capnography jump up all of a sudden, and you like see like a heart, like a stable rhythm. You're just like, we got a live one. All right, folks, like we did it. We got him back. that's like a good feeling. Honestly, like most of like the warm and fuzzy feelings are like on really like low level stuff where you can help somebody when you're just like, oh, like, hey, I've been really depressed, and like, okay, well, let me see if I can impact your life a little bit and like get you the help you need, and that feels really good.
Nice.
That feels really good. But as far as like actually like like pulling somebody out of a car, that's like there's sometimes when it's just like this ain't gonna go well. Like we're gonna
leave the legs.
Yeah, exactly. Like the legs are over here and the body's over here, and you're just like we're not. There's nothing we can do.
Do you work mostly on ambulance? Or?
Not anymore. No, I work in the ER now.
Damn.
Yeah, so I traded that because it's just, I mean, you can be a nurse and work on the ambulances too, and I've thought about doing that, but I hate driving in the winter. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like I loved working on an ambulance, but driving in the winter sucks.
I don't like driving in general, I would say.
Yeah,
it freaks me out.
That's
every
the thing.
time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you can get an EMS gig that you don't have to drive, golden. Like it's the most fun job, just like going into people's houses and seeing their weird shit and just being like, oh, I'm dying right now, all right, let's pull you out. Or, oh, I stubbed my toe. Okay, well we're gonna treat you the same as we did the guy that was dying. Like you also get a ride in the ambulance.
You don't talk shit.
So, oh yeah, I mean we like in our heads we do. We're totally like, but then when you roll up on scene, like you got like sometimes I've definitely gotten like, oh, this person fell. Well, like, stand up then, and then like, oh no, something serious happened. Oh shit, okay, like
fell through the roof.
Yeah, exactly. Like they
forgot to mention that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like falls are all, you can never tell what a fall is going to be. A fall can be just like, oh, they stumbled, caught themselves on the wall, and slid down, and they're perfectly fine. And they were like, I just didn't think I was supposed to go anywhere. And that's the one you're just like, all right, man, let's stand you up. It was like, you okay? And it was like, I think so. Why were we here? Why were we fucking here? But then there's the fall where it's just like, oh, they fell out of a 2-story building and we need to go like right now.
They were transporting their knife collection.
Exactly. Yeah. They had their antique broken glass knapsack.
Antique broken glass. I don't know. I have a history degree. I can tell you where that's from.
This shard was from the Mesopotamian era.
And now it's in your spleen. Damn.
Yeah.
You got cool shit going on.
Yeah, it's fun, man. Sometimes it's stupid, but
seems stressful.
It can be, They're definitely like the first year of it is like super heart racing and super like, I don't know what I'm doing. And you're like, every time the sirens go off that first year, you're just like, your asshole puckers. And then like after you get about a year in and you've seen some shit, you're just like, okay, well now I know what's gonna happen, and now I kind of like feel better. And there's still things that like definitely make everyone's butthole like clench, and you just like, but when you're actually there, it's just like, okay, you just do the thing,
kind of instinctual.
Exactly. It's just muscle memory. Like you stop looking at it like, oh, this person's dying, and you're just like, oh, another day at the office, that arm shouldn't go that way. All right, get in.
Why do you have
van.
3?
There are. I count 2 holes where there should be 1.
Fuck. What's I just had some. What like? How much stuff gets pulled out of butts? I hear a lot about that.
Oh yeah. That's
is that as famous as everybody says?
It definitely is as famous. Like there's definitely people that and they always have a story. Mm-hmm. Like everyone's always like, I was massaging my back with this potato. And it just slipped up there, and we're like, no, it didn't. No, I know you keep your secrets, okay, sir?
There's been a lot more up there before. If it just slipped up there.
If it just slipped in, and it's like a russet potato, like it didn't just slip in there. My little
what potato?
Like a russet, like an Idaho, like russet potato, like that's a
I don't know my potatoes.
That's a large potato, okay? It's like a if you were to draw like a potato that caused a famine, that like the lack of which would cause a famine, that is the potato you're thinking of.
That's a potato you can count on until you can't.
Exactly. That is a potato. It will feed you, but it will not love you.
You ever shot a potato gun?
I've shot a potato gun.
Those are a good time.
Yeah, those are a good time. Those are like pneumatic ones that like shoot them far.
My uncle brought all the components on a plane, and I can't believe it.
How?
Yeah.
Was this like pre 9/11?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Pretty
like
soon
Tuesday.
after.
Oh.
I was
That
like
is-
6. So
Wow.
Yeah, not too far after.
Huh. Did he have to like check luggage or just like carry on? 'Cause
Maybe it was checked luggage.
He'd had to be checked
You can bring
luggage,
stuff
like-
on checked
yeah,
luggage.
checked luggage. That gets sketchy.
I always
like
forget about that.
carry on. Like nobody's letting you carry a potato gun. You know.
It was like, yeah, it was the bomb-looking part with the grill lighter.
I love. You're right. Yeah, the compressor.
And he could have just bought it here, and then we could have learned how to do it together. I don't know why.
He didn't.
Because he
need to
didn't bring the whole
transport-
thing. Like, you still had to buy parts.
He's
But I
like-
know he brought the bomb-looking part.
This is my emotional support compressor.
Emotion service potato gun.
This is my service potato gun.
I built one, and it's pretty cool. I wanted to maybe sell them, but I don't know the legality of that.
I don't know either. I don't
We
know.
should
if
talk
we're-
to David. He's a lawyer.
He's a
I feel
lawyer,
like I
okay.
always ask him lawyer stuff. And
Yeah, that's
there's a lot of different types of law.
yeah.
And I never have asked him the right one.
He's like in building codes and stuff, and you're just like, so if I kill this guy, but he like consented to it, I don't know. Just no, absolutely, I don't know anything about that.
He
You know?
consented to it. That should be cool.
Well, there was that cannibal in Germany that did that.
Yeah, you like paid a guy?
Yeah, he was like a guy that was like suicidal, and like he's like, well, like this will kill you.
Might as well go to good use.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just be all mess up some rental apartment. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
he's like he got off of like he got out of jail I think like 10 years afterwards,
Yeah.
and he was like, yeah, it wasn't worth it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh damn, man.
He's
like,
not even that much of a cannibal.
he had been working for it. No, he was like a committed cannibal, and then like
Oh,
tried
okay.
it, and I was like, not good,
Yeah.
not good.
I can't picture any meal I've had that's worth even a night in jail.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. The Mont Blue's pretty good. That's the best I can think of right now, but yeah. Maybe I'd spend
A night in jail, but the minute
if you didn't have to pay for it also. Like if you're getting out of the jail, like I guess I could just swing on a waiter. I don't know. That would probably get me out of the
that would get
bill
you in
and a
jail
night
and
in
also
jail.
the bill for that. There are easier ways to acquire food.
I think they'd forget about the bill.
Yeah, I don't know.
50-50 shot.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be asking for your credit card as you're getting handcuffed out of there.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about what your last meal would be? I think you'd have like a really interesting last meal.
No, it would depend on the day, really.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a set food. Could be like dry top ramen. That'd be a bummer if that's what I was in the mood for.
I would love to see you just making eye contact while eating like Samira-chan dry ramen with a guard just like looking at him. Like you could have had we had like sirloin steak, and you could have had like fried chicken or something, and you were just like dry top ramen.
Dry top. I really like In-N-Out, I guess.
Okay,
But you'd have to get one close to it. Doesn't travel well.
yeah,
I didn't
no.
think about how you'd be eating only the same thing. So yeah, I probably would.
Go In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's something nicer.
Yeah.
I was thinking I'd still have been eating just whatever I want all the time.
Gotcha. Yeah,
what
yeah.
would you do?
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I think I mean, I really like a good filet mignon, so I think I would go with that. Like that's definitely like I'm a vegetarian now and I don't eat meat, but like if I'm dying, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know? Like that. Then I'm just like, all right, cool. Like I'm going out. This cow went out. I don't give a shit. You know.
We're even.
You know, we're even. But yeah, I think definitely like a filet mignon is going to be one of the components. I'm going to try and like make there be multiple things. You know? You gotta
not
get
many
diverse.
vegans on death row, I feel like.
Yeah, that'd be annoying, wouldn't it be? Like a death row vegan or getting killed by a vegan. That would be kind of humiliating, right?
Yeah, because You must have really pissed them off.
Yeah.
Like they have moral standards.
And also, they're good. They're like I feel like I could overpower most vegans. You know, like I've never
There's
met
some bodybuilding vegans.
Sure, but I mean, like though that's yeah. I guess you're right. There's definitely some bodybuilding vegans.
Seems like whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Nutrition, I feel like I do not. Seems like there's equally credible sources about everything.
I agree.
On both sides.
I agree.
And then some people get so into one, but it seems like there's an equal amount of doctors saying the other thing.
100%.
Except like smoking or
yeah, that's the one thing we've come to an agreement on. Like smoking's bad.
Sugar,
and,
maybe.
Sugar in small amounts is okay, but too much and you lose a foot.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. You know,
that'd be a real bummer.
It is. It is a real bummer to watch somebody lose a foot. But
have you seen a foot get cut off?
Have I seen a foot get cut off?
Like in the ER?
No, I've never. We don't usually do operations in the ER, but I have seen a foot that was so necrotic that it basically was about to fall off.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to do anything.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Don't charge me for this. I'll do it myself.
Like, dude, this is going to be the easiest amputation ever, you know? But yeah, I've seen that. I've seen some pretty gross shit.
Huh.
Yeah.
How does necrotic start?
I mean, usually, so the thing with, the reason that, like, there's the cliche of, like, diabetic people losing their feet is because, like, one, with diabetes, you've got so much sugar in your blood that, like, it's hard for you to heal. Because any bacteria that gets a hold of you is just going to, like, do great in there, you know?
Okay.
So
you lose blood flow?
You lose blood flow because your vessels shrink up too. And then also you lose feeling because those vessels are shrinking up. You get neuropathy. So you'll have somebody that, like, has, like, a huge splinter in their foot and they don't even know. And so, like, if you're not constantly checking your feet, they don't know, and so you'll just have, like, this festering wound, and it just keeps going, and then it just, like, takes over your foot, and you're just like, well, we can't save this man, you know, like, choppy.
Jeez.
It's not how the doctors say it. They aren't just like, I'm sorry, man. The technical term for this procedure is a choppy.
I was talking to this older comic, and he had diabetes, and he seemed real psyched about getting his feet taken off. Does that sound fair to you?
I mean,
I couldn't tell if
he's cool with it. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to get bionic legs, though, right?
Yeah, he just seemed like he was like, yeah, they hurt. And then you cut them off and they won't hurt anymore, I guess.
That's true. And then
that is true. Okay.
You know that hide and go seek thing when you were a kid where you'd, like, put some shoes underneath, like, some drapes?
Yeah.
You know, and it looks like somebody's behind. You ever think that he's going to do that with his fake feet?
His own legs.
He does it with his actual feet in jars.
Brought him home. Uncle Jar Leg.
That's Tim. He's really into canning. Like vegetables? No, like his feet.
Did you watch that Seth Rogen movie where he falls into a pickle vat and then is just preserved for 100 years? It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I hate Seth Rogen's laugh so much. Like, I'm sure he's a cool guy, but every time I just hear him do a slow laugh, it's like, huh, I'm just like, I hate you. I hate you so much.
I kind of like it. And that video of the guy running away from the cops with the exact same laugh, or maybe it's dubbed over, but I like that one. Yeah, he makes good stuff.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah. He's a funny dude.
What's another interesting history fact?
So Stalin's son, there's like a nickname for him, which is Poor Yakov. Which is because, like, he got berated by his dad the whole time. Like, his dad's the leader of the Soviet Union, like, and not a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, and wasn't, like, a good father. So, like, Yakov is depressed and he tries to kill himself. He tries to shoot himself in the head. And he survives. And his dad's response to this was, "See, you can't even shoot straight." which is, like, one of the worst things you could possibly say to somebody, right?
Yeah.
Like, that is so mean.
I feel like that would be a point of pride in Russia.
Yeah.
like you shot yourself and you were just too strong.
And you lived through it.
Your
like,
body
you're
rejected
strong like
it.
turnip.
Yeah. Your body rejected a bullet to the head.
But then he got World War II happens and he gets sent into to fight in that, and he goes and he gets captured by the Allies, or the not the Allies, the Axis, and the Germans are like, we know who you are, like, well, we're gonna try and trade you for some of our German officers.
Oh no.
And Stalin, like, and they send him like this, like, hey, we have your son, like, we'll give him back if you trade us this like high profile general. And he's like, I would never trade a general for a private. It's like so transactionally. Yeah. And like Yakov finds out about this and he tries to like escape one day and then just gets electrocuted by this electric fence and dies. It's just like, and his sister just like ends up marrying an American architect and moving to the U.S. But like poor Yakov, man.
Stalin's kid.
Yeah, daughter.
Sister.
Yeah, his daughter. Like
they just let you go.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
you gotta exterminate the family of somebody like that,
dude. And like his granddaughter's like this weird artist in like L.A.
Huh.
Yeah. She's got like
what
a
else
shaved
can
head
you be,
and purple hair and stuff. And she's really But yeah.
I might look up that art.
Yeah.
What? Did Hitler have kids?
No, Hitler didn't have any kids.
I feel like I heard that.
And all of like his like so his nephew actually joins the Allies, and I think his name was Willie. His name was like Willie Hitler or something like that. It's great. Yeah. And he and Willie is like, I don't. Like joins the Allies because he couldn't extort Hitler for more money, because he was like Hitler's like, no, you can't do that, and he goes to the Allies and they're like, yeah, we'll pay you, and he like joins the Navy or some shit, but he has kids, and I think he has like 3 kids, and all of them are guys, and all of them like have like decided, no, we're not having kids.
Yeah.
And I think they're all in like their 50s or 60s by now, and they're like, we're just ending this.
I heard about that pact.
Yeah.
That's noble choice.
Yeah, I think so. Especially because you could have capitalized on that really, really hard, and you chose not to.
Sold it back to Germany, or just sold sperm to white supremacists.
That's kind of the thing. I think like you just become the leader or the face piece.
I would have
of that,
never thought you could capitalize on it well.
I mean,
that was your first instinct.
That was Yeah, that's my first thought. I mean, like, that's if you want. I mean, I don't want to. If I found out I was related to Hitler, I'd be like, okay, and like enough to where it'd be a problem. I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But like, they probably.
It's good. It crossed your mind, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good thought to have and not.
No, it's not a good thought. It's a good
thought to have and not proceed on.
Yeah. That's
but that's a good angle.
That's true. Yeah.
I didn't look up topics like I usually do.
That's okay.
But I've been having a good time.
Yeah.
Just bullshitting. I might lean more that way. I feel like the topics were kind of training wheels.
Yeah. I think it might be good to have like something where maybe you don't like talk to this person that much, or like you don't see them, like maybe like if you had an out-of-towner, but like we see each other pretty frequently, so it's pretty frequently. Oh yeah, what's up with you, man? I know a little bit about your life, let's expand on that.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't talked much.
Yeah, no,
this has been fun talking to everybody for an hour or more uninterrupted, straight on. I always like your stuff, but I feel like we haven't talked too much.
Yeah, it's usually that of like, what's up, man? Hey, that's a good joke. You should do that more. Here's your tag for you. Oh, that's it. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I'll get you back later.
Yeah.
I hope the audio turned out well. A lot of cars.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's going to be okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, these recorders are pretty good about like isolating sounds, I think. So.
I think it's more about the mic, and I don't know. I haven't done anything in other than a silent room. Yeah. Messing with this makes a noise.
Oh, does it?
Which is weird. Maybe I should do Bluetooth. Little headsets.
Yeah. Looks like you're in a boy band.
A boy band. I was going to say an English comedian.
And yeah, that's fair. Do you like a lot of English comedians?
Not really.
No?
Jimmy Carr.
Okay.
Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries?
I I guess I don't know why I said not really. I just probably haven't been exposed to too much.
That's fair.
Who can you think of?
Oh, I'm big into the English comedy scene. Like I love their stuff. Some guys that I would think, like if you like Jimmy Carr, Frankie Boyle's another good guy to check out. Scottish comedian, very funny, very dark, but very funny. Ivo Grant, Sarah Millican's very funny. There's so many really good English comedian because they have in England they have what are called like panel shows, and we have like similar things a little bit here, but they're basically game shows that the comedians play. And the point is not really to win. The point is more banter. And the game show just kind of facilitates banter.
And there's a bunch of them?
There's a bunch of them.
That's like what you do instead of touring, kind of?
Yeah, well, you do the tours, but like you can have like, instead of like all those like big name, like, because in the U.S., like we have like a lot of big name comedians, and that's how you get on TV. Like you kind of have to be like a named comedian. Yeah. And there's not really a lot of opportunities to just do like television, right? You know, whereas in the UK, like there's a lot of opportunities to do it because they like switch out these panel shows, and you have like these middle acts that can go up and do it, you know? So it's really cool. So you'll have like people do the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is kind of like the Montreal Just for Laughs festival, you know, where you see a lot of new faces, and then they'll get like gigs from there. But there's a lot of like amazing comedians that have come out of that scene, like Ronnie Chung, or is that
Chang?
Chang? Yeah, Ronnie Chang.
He's
so funny, and he after he got done with Australia, he moved on to the UK and like did a bunch of panel shows there really quickly, and then moved on to the US with like the Daily Show and stuff like that.
Damn.
So he had a cool trajectory.
Huh? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They were testing him out. I haven't watched the Daily Show in forever, but
yeah. I
feel like Jimmy Carr and Anthony Jeselnik got too formulaic for me. I got a little tired, but I used to really like them.
Yeah, their one-liners or the shock humor definitely like sometimes can be a little grinding, but I've
still good.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Still good. Yeah, no, I mean those are two of those guys that like I just looked up to. I mean, I remember Jimmy Carr's Comedy Central half hour.
Oh shit.
You know, I remember watching that as a kid, and I was like,
I don't think I've seen
this.
That.
Is so good. And it like looking back now, I was like, this is very hack for Jimmy. You know.
It's always hack looking back.
Yeah,
I wanted to be Jeselnik when I was starting, I feel like.
Oh yeah, didn't we all? We all want to be like those really quick, like dark jokes, and then you're like, but the thing I love about your jokes is, Luke, is you do bizarre so damn good. You're like so like.
I feel like you do too. I feel like we're kind of similar.
Yeah, I appreciate. That's a big compliment, man. I really appreciate that. But like your jokes like come out of like just this ether that I'm like, where it's right there. Nobody would have ever thought of that. Like your lettuce bit, like that. Just when you said that, I was sitting in the audience and for the first time, and I was like, fuck, that's good. I was like, why has no one done that? That's genius.
I'm amazed by Chris Rojas as well.
Oh, Chris
we were in the back last night just in amazement of
him. Yeah, Chris is one of those people that like you watch and you're just like, that's just him.
Yeah.
You know? He's just
and right
him on
away
stage.
Too. He hasn't even done that much stand-up.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. And he's just like, he's definitely like a comics comedian in that same way that like people like Dave Attell, like sometimes people don't get it, but all the comedians get it.
I don't fully get Dave Attell. I've only heard Skanks for the Memories and maybe the Bumping Mics, but I don't.
That's his only album, I think.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't do, but if you've ever if you see him do like little one-offs, he's so good, man.
I almost saw him I was in Seattle and he was like 2 hours away, and I thought about it, but I didn't go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, haven't quite grasped that one, and everybody says he's the best, but that one's got to be on me, I think.
I mean, there's certain comedians that like I think people also look at and just like, I don't get it. I don't see the appeal. Never seen the appeal. Doesn't make me laugh, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or I will be like, he's good, but is he really as good as people are saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of blown up a little bit more. Like, they're playing to their audience. That's why they're laughing, so much, which I respect. Like, if you have made yourself an audience.
Oh, there's that guy on the. Have you seen the guy on the? He sits in a lawn chair with 2 wheels on the back and has one of the
one wheels?
the Segways.
Oh yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's good. That's good. That was.
He's got lights on it. Seems like a good time being that guy.
Yeah. I've seen him with a lady doing the same thing, and I was like, that's so cool.
It's a 1-seater too. That guy's sick. I might go ask that guy if we can trade lives.
Right?
Not knowing anything else about him.
I'm heavily into heroin, man. But sure, let's do it.
Heroin sounds like a good time.
I disagree. I totally disagree.
For a little while.
For a minute, it seems good. It seems cozy for a minute. It's just all the other stuff around it.
Yeah. Your family's the problem. Keep doing heroin.
Luke, you're the worst substance abuse counselor ever. You know what I think you should do? Get rid of your job. More time for meth. I'm just saying, logistically.
You'll need to make some money for sure. We'll get a GoFundMe going for you.
If you didn't have teeth, wouldn't that be cool? No more dentist.
Yeah. I hate the dentist. I was talking about this on the last one, but just having pop-outable teeth, that seems like a way better system.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like my teeth, I suppose, but they hurt sometimes.
Yeah.
You could just have some that you just stick in for meals and talking and the rest of the time.
Yeah, it just seems kind of annoying to have there are these little bones in our mouths that have their own specific doctor, their own specific dental insurance. This is you
and
guys.
Why do they have feeling?
Yeah, exactly. Why are these they're so sensitive? I had something warm and it hurts. Why?
Hurts like it was cold.
This is not okay.
Yeah, teeth are bullshit.
Teeth are bullshit. That should be the
do meth.
Teeth are bullshit. Do meth.
We should get T-shirts made.
That'd be a lovely graphic tee. Teeth are bullshit. Do meth, and just have somebody from that walks down Reno, just get a picture of them and put them on a T-shirt like that, like that homeless dude that always shows up to this mic.
I don't know.
You haven't seen him?
I haven't been here in a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Fair.
There's a lot of homeless people. There's a homeless guy for every mic. And they sometimes go on.
And sometimes they're hosting.
I feel like I'm an awkward guy, but we've been keeping conversation going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Not that you're an awkward guy. We've been keeping conversation going.
I feel like I'm surprised I've been able to do it for this long. On all of these.
You're giving yourself
amazed.
an autism gold star.
Yeah.
You're just I made eye contact twice. Look at me.
And I love gold stars. I'm getting worse at eye contact, which has really been bugging me. I used to be no problem, but I feel like nowadays I can't.
As a kid, you were really good at staring contests, and now it's just not at all.
I don't want to lose it because I know that'll be much harder to get back from than halfway there like I'm at now.
That's fair.
I started biting my nails a long time ago, and that hasn't stopped.
Mm.
I feel like no eye contact would be very off-putting.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. It's so nice to meet you.
I'm just staring off into the distance.
Well, on the certain degree, like chimps, that's a sign of aggression if you make eye contact with a chimp. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's a little bit of our monkey brain that's kind of hey man, stop doing that. That guy's gonna fling shit at you.
I'm not staring at chimps very often.
No, but us, a little bit of our primitive brain. But yes, of course. I mean, maybe I could see you owning a chimp.
They seem like a great time.
I think
There's that movie of the one that could skateboard.
if you showed up to a mic and you just had a monkey with you, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks.
If they were more easily obtainable. I feel like they cost a lot and you got to feed them like normal human food.
I just feel like Luke goes to a zoo and he wants to, and you want to like, just like, you're planning a heist of a zoo. You're just like, how can I steal those monkeys? I got to get one of those little fuckers.
Is the monkey what I would steal? I don't know about that.
Nobody's
I feel
done
like they would put up a fight.
Dude, nobody's done a zoo heist movie. That would be such a good movie.
Zoo heist.
Zoo heist would be such a great movie.
We can make that happen. Matt's been killing it with the sketches. Go check out all of those.
Yeah, definitely check out Matt's sketches.
You just
man.
put
They're
out one
so
today
good.
that Mo showed me the rough draft of last night. It was, it was
hell yeah,
good.
hell yeah! I'm looking forward
He's
to seeing
got like
that.
movie quality.
Yeah, Matt's production
really
quality
good
is
at-
so
yeah,
good.
Production
So-
quality.
he frames things so well. He's also like a pretty talented guitar player too. So.
Yeah. He's a talented man.
Yeah.
With a DUI.
It always comes. He's a talented filmmaker. He's great at playing guitar. He's a good comedian. And then, oh yeah, he's also got a DUI. We always throw
It's
that in
crazy
whenever we're
that-
talking. To
I can't believe he's the only one with a
the
DUI.
only one among us. Yeah.
Like Reno is such a drunken town.
Yeah.
I don't. But yeah. Well, we should probably get heading over there.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan, man.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me on,
You
brother.
wanna? I'll put your Instagram stuff at the beginning too.
Yeah.
but
See
I
Thompson
don't
comedy.
think people really have made it to the end. Maybe on the listening, but the YouTube doesn't show it.
I should have
But yeah,
shouted
go.
that randomly in the middle of the podcast.
No,
See
I'm
Thompson
gonna
comedy.
I'm
No.
gonna put
No,
it
it's
up
fine.
in the letters.
Yeah,
at
it's
the beginning.
it's fine. Not a big deal.
C. Thomas comedy.
See Thompson. Yeah.
Thompson. My
yeah,
bad.
that's okay. It's everyone with my last name is like Thomas. They'll be like, close.
Thomas.
You're so close.
Thomas is a cool name.
Thomas is a cool name.
I knew a guy named Tomas.
That's pretentious. All right. Do you want to go to the mic now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Cheers.